This is what we know so far. A two-story house built in 1872 sits on a tree-lined street in the Midwest. One man has been plagued by spontaneous bleeding welts that he attributes to a vindictive spirit.
In this episode of the Lights at Midnight podcast, Em and I react to Ghost Club Paranormal and try to get to the bottom of what's lurking in the Sallie House.
So scared and do not know what happens.
Hello, everyone. Today we have a very interesting location for you guys. Most of you probably know from maybe the tip of this house where we're going to be looking into today, but we have a reaction video. So we're going to be reacting to Ghost Club Paranormal. These are two ladies that seem to be up and coming, and yeah, they've got a lot of videos and cool things. I come across them, I'd say about a month ago. We like what they're doing, and we wanted to kind of take a peek and talk about some things that happened during this video. So we have approximately 6 clips. They're all between like 45 seconds and maybe 3 minutes. If y'all have seen our videos before, you know that we don't react to the whole video because we encourage you guys to go and check it out. There's tons more content in this video. So as always, it'll be in the description box down below. And yeah, we got a little bit of history for you about the Sallie House before we start rolling those clips, as we like to do. So Emily, will you go ahead and roll the history for us?
Right. Here we go.
The Sallie House in the state of Kansas is shrouded in legend and claims of being one of the most haunted locations in the state. The house was built between 1867 and 1871 by Michael C. Finley. The house is named after a young girl named Sallie, who is said to be the ghostly presence haunting the residents. According to the local lore, Sallie never actually lived in the house, but died there after a failure operation for appendicitis. The home belonged to a physician who had an office and examining rooms on the first floor. Sallie's mother brought her 6-year-old daughter to the doctor's home, and the doctor subsequently diagnosed little Sallie with appendicitis and decided to do emergency surgery on the spot. The doctor allegedly begun the operation on the 6-year-old before the anesthesia took effect, making her last moments before she passed on the operating table very traumatic. The paranormal activity that made the Sallie House famous started in 1993 when Tony Pickman and his wife Deborah rented the house and moved in. The young couple were expecting their first child, and it wasn't long before they noticed strange and sometimes ominous things happening in the house. The spirits that haunt the house are believed to be more resident ghosts than little Sallie. Physically attacked the husband and set fires in the house. Other paranormal events and strange phenomenon witnessed by the Pickmans and visitors to the house include objects moving on their own, disembodied voices, apparitions of a young girl and an older woman, unexplained cold spots, electronic equipment malfunction, physical touches or scratches, and trained dogs refusing to enter the nursery. Ever since this well-documented paranormal activity in the 1990s, multiple paranormal investigation teams and paranormal TV shows have went to the Sallie House to investigate. Tonight, Emily and I will do our best to uncover what is lurking at the Sallie House.
There's a little girl that's standing right there. Right at the top of the stairs. Hello? Hello? Look. Hello? Can you speak to me? Sallie? Is that your name, Sallie? Sallie? Okay.
The family and our sightings investigative team were amazed that Peter James had correctly named the entity.
So yeah, guys, most of you probably know about this location. Very infamous. Of course, it's on my personal bucket list. Emily, you probably could say the same thing. It's somewhere you'd probably like to go.
Yep, it is one on my list.
Yeah. And I'm in the process of wanting to get like a roadmap planned out and start planning trips and manifesting them, because that's what we have to do. We have to manifest things, right?
Yep.
But anyways, we're going to go ahead and do it. You want to roll that first clip, Emily?
Yepper doodles. Let's rock and roll.
Anyway, I think it's time to go inside. Let's go!
Let's go, guys.
Oh, I gotta do the code. Real quick.
You can go in first. You don't gotta be scared.
That was weird.
I just
No,
like-
the door felt like it was pulling.
Wait, don't they have experiences with the door? They said something about the door.
Yeah. Oh, so sorry, no. Right here.
This is where my dyslexia kicks in hard. Austin recently opened the front door, paused before entering, only to have the door swing quickly open for her. The next person entering found the door would quickly swing shut on them.
Yeah, I will just say, like, just them being there and watching this. I haven't watched any of this video, so this is like a legit reaction for me, but I feel the heaviness. It's hard to breathe. The air is thick AF. Like, I'm already having trouble breathing right now. But looking inside, it just is black. Black, smoky air, and it feels really thick.
I feel like right before we rolled the clip, I got like a lump in my throat. So wondering if it's from that, honestly. The house seems very thick. Yes. I don't know why though. It's something like I get the feeling like I could just go sit down on the couch and go to sleep. Maybe
I
that's what it
wouldn't-
wants me to do.
Like I feel it like right here, and it's so hard to breathe.
Right.
And it hurts. It hurts.
That's not good. But yeah, there's definitely a lot more to get into. Honestly, the impression that I got from that about the door is some type of it's almost like a negative pressure or something. And the first thing that came to mind about the door probably wasn't anything paranormal in this clip, personally, in my opinion, but I could be wrong. Not to say that what they read on the wall didn't actually happen. I believe it did, because there's a lot of documented evidence in this house. Because I mean, this video I haven't watched all the way through. I've had to go through and get the clips, but that's about it. But I can say from previous videos, because I've been around town on YouTube with a lot of paranormal investigations over the last like 5 or 6 years. Yeah, we know that there's something there. But I will say this, I do feel like there is a greeting, I want to call it a greeting spirit. So it's like something I've seen in places that have a lot of investigations. There's always like this one spirit that kind of shuffles things around. And I don't know how else to explain that. It sounds really strange, but there seems like out of all the nasty and darkness, there is a human spirit that doesn't necessarily mean harm. So I'll leave that there for now.
Kidoki.
He would see a little girl, and this is the picture that he drew of the little girl. He's also the same man who would get scratched up. So this kind of begs the question, is Sallie really a little girl? Or is there like a dark spirit here that's kind of taken on Sallie's identity almost?
Yeah, if we can try to get those answers tonight, that would be great, but I feel like that's really hard. I mean, you don't see these type of hauntings. A child spirit, like basically a demonic entity, and she's a child. That's just not adding up.
Do people actually, because I've not really watched many investigations on this place from other people, but is that what kind of investigators are getting at?
A lot of people
they
believe
are?
it. There's different stories. People believe different things.
Well,
This whole floor just shook. This whole floor just, like, shook as if somebody was walking around.
you don't just work with light though, you also work with dark energy.
You do.
I mean, it's kind of just like, who is Sallie? Is she light or is she dark? I feel like tonight you definitely be able to get to the bottom of that.
I really hope so.
If Sallie's willing to actually, like, you know, come forward and share that. If you want Mandy to go upstairs and join the tea party up there, good. Remember, I did just talk about good and evil though.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so she's coming forward, she's saying she's good. Remember, I did just talk about good and evil, though.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so she's coming forward. She's saying she's good. Okay? Yes. Okay, she's good
Yeah.
so far.
New goal. To treat Sallie like an actual child
Yes.
and deal with the rest later.
Yeah.
So, while watching that, I don't know why I felt like I was about to fucking cry, but like, I don't know if you can tell, but I was trying so hard not to cry. I don't know. I don't feel sad, but I want to say this. I did tell Chas what happened while I was making thumbnails earlier for the video. When I was getting the picture of the house and putting it into the thumbnail on Canva, I heard "play with me" and a creepy female voice, like a little girl voice, and I was like, "Nope."
Mm-mm. Heck
Mm-mm.
no. Not happening today. Ain't nobody playing with nobody today. Okay?
First of all, that house is too dark for a child spirit just to be chilling in there. Second
Yeah.
of all, no. It's not an actual child.
Mm-mm.
I know for a fact it's not a child. Nope, 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 nope.
No, the energy of Sallie is not there anymore. The only thing that's there, and again, the paranormal can be unpredictable but predictable at the same time. And that's something that we've learned over years of just kind of looking into cases. And I'm getting the feeling that the people that are seeing Sallie, that is a thought form manifestation from the entity itself, the darker entity that's there. Sometimes it can be thought forms from humans, right? Because as we create stories, we can create things. We are creators. We have covered this in the podcast before, because we have a whole season 1 where we just talk about all kinds of different things. It's like a learning season. It's 30 episodes, 60 hours. So if you're new to us, definitely go back. First season, you just listen. Second season's recorded, and that's when we're doing stuff like this and personal cases. So yes, humans can create thought forms, but one thing that we've been shown is that dark entities can create thought forms it's like an extension of that entity to draw energy. So it's like the way spirit's showing me, it's like it's got a, like how we have, it's said in spiritual practices that we have a cord running to our astral body or whatnot. It's the same thing. It's like a cord of a manifestation. And again, people can do this too. And eventually that thought form breaks off. And that's how you have threads and strings. As crazy as this may sound, this is how we interpret this energy. So again, this is just my truth. And I know Emily agrees with me. I'm not trying to speak for Emily, but that's just something I wanted to share briefly. It
So
is common
I was
for
gonna
children.
say, I was gonna add on to what you were saying, but Spirit is showing me an anglerfish, and what they do is they throw out that little light thing as bait. It's a
Hmm.
part of the fish, but it's its own thing, and it's just bait.
Yeah.
Draw you in to trick you.
Yeah, exactly. That's a good way to talk about it, honestly. If you think about it, the big fat ugly anglerfish with the little
Yep.
dangly thing in front of their mouth. But yeah, it is actually pretty common for darker entities to say that, or to like present as a child and innocent. They present as innocence. So, and the thing is, where did this energy come from? That's what we want to know. How did this get here? Was it from the doctor? Was it from the family in the 1990s? I mean, there's just so much, honestly. So, yeah, that's pretty much all I'd like to add for that
Do
part.
we know if there was any satanic rituals in that house?
Um, I think yes. So this isn't in this video. But in the basement where they are not allowed to go, only certain groups can go down there because they shut it off. And I've only seen bigger paranormal investigation groups and bigger YouTube groups go down there recently, I guess because it's such a hazard. They say there was a pentagram in the house.
Okay, because I saw it. I saw the rituals.
Yeah.
And I'll explain that later in a further clip.
Okay.
You can communicate with me in a lot of different ways, but touching like that is not one of them. That is my boundary. You have to honor that boundary. Angry.
If you touched Mandy, can you ding the bell? Record.
Yeah, we're recording. I was gonna say earlier, you're doing a really good job. Can you...
Uh-oh.
My granddad comes in every single time there's a dark entity. A lot of our viewers know that. This happened last night on our investigation.
What the heck?
What?
This just stopped.
Your camera stopped?
Yeah, like something. Dude, that's never happened.
I didn't even hear like the.
No, it's
the
just a
boop, boop.
battery overload or something. But I've never got that error.
That is kind of interesting though, because it did say, keep recording.
We know there's some people upstairs. Is there anybody down here that could give us a...
Thank you for visiting.
Whoa.
Thank you for visiting.
That dinged, and so
Well, I was just gonna tell them to make a knock, but they just ringed it. Ringed it.
Shadow.
We did see a shadow.
No.
Ding ding.
I'm a little
Interesting.
creeped out. I'm seeing something, yeah.
Yes.
I'm seeing something crawling on the floor.
Where?
Oh, great.
Where?
Like going through us.
Fantastic.
Ew, what's with all these?
Do you think that's the thing that touched you?
I think so.
I don't know. I'm feeling pretty drawn to go upstairs. When this place was originally built, the surgery, the doctor's office was downstairs, and apparently that's the doctor lived upstairs. Can you please give us a ding for yes? Thank you. All right. We're coming up.
Oh man.
I saw the shadow. It's actually sitting back a bit, and it's kind of giving me like that the imagery almost like the anglerfish, how the light, you could see the light in front of it, but then you can see a wee bit of like details of it, but not fully because it's mostly shadow, but it's sitting back waiting.
Right. Makes sense. And I think as we go further through the clips, because obviously I had to watch the clips, it'll make a little more sense too. You know, one thing that I've noticed about the Sallie House is that a lot of people generally get communication off the bat. They do not waste time. It's almost like at this point, a job for them. And I don't want to jump ahead because I'm going to pace myself, but there is a woman spirit there. And I see her around the bottom of the steps and at the front door. So like when I watch video, I don't commonly see things in the video. I get it in my mind's eye. So I know they're downstairs, and I do know that in this particular video, they spent very minimal time downstairs because the bell that they're hearing is upstairs, which I think you know where we're going next in these clips. But there is the woman, and I think that woman is like the greeter spirit. I don't think she's positive, right? Because I feel like she's an earthbound spirit, but I don't think she's quite like demonic either. I mean, for her to be there, it's almost like there's an inviting presence. It's like she would give you cookies and milk, but poison them. But she's not demonic.
Yeah, she's to be able to withstand that energy within that space, you kind of have to almost be a vibratory match, or at least low enough to be able to handle it or even want to be in it. And I don't think she's demonic at all, but I do think she is descended. And I do agree. She's giving like innocent, but like, yeah, she'll spike your cookies or your drinks to
Yeah.
like, is she part of the doctor? Like, is she like his assistant?
That's exactly what I was sitting here thinking, to be honest. I feel like she's hurt people in her life.
That's what I mean. It's kind of like, it's giving like some movie vibes where you have like the innocent lady, because people don't suspect women really to be violent or like evil, and it's like she spikes the drinks or the food, and then when the person is knocked out, then the doctor can do whatever the heck he wants. It's like,
Right. And I almost feel like she even did it behind his back. Like the doctor is not really he's portrayed as being like the evil one, right? But from what I'm feeling and from my understanding, Sallie had appendicitis, and when, the anesthesia hadn't taken effect, but the little girl was dying. So the doctor had to do what he had to do to save her life. So, and I mean, back then, like they would amputate things, and, if it was life threatening, they do it, even if it causes pain. I'm getting like that whole milk and cookies, like she'll offer you something and she'll be fine 1 minute. And it's like in the Lord of the Rings over my precious ring, where they're
yeah,
like, give it back, where they
yeah.
freak out. It's like, that's how she is. It's almost like Two-Face. So what you said is 100% what I was like sitting here drawing out and like doodling and thinking about. Was I think this is an energy of a woman, like you said, from the time when the doctor lived there.
Mm-hmm.
And she's at the door, kind of like a receptionist or the greeting energy.
Mm-hmm.
But predominantly, like, we're not covering the basement, but there is a basement. And I'll just say this. And yes, they said there was a pentagram or rituals done. I think this was done while it was emptied. I don't know. Don't mark my words, but let me just say intuitively how I feel about it. Yes, I've watched plenty Sallie Houses. I don't remember everything. Like I really don't. Like things just, when it comes to like movies and stuff, they just leave my mind, because my mind gets filled up with so much other things, in life. I'm not really good at remembering like movie lines and stuff like that. So bear with me. But I think that happened after the family in the 1990s that got all kinds of attacked. So which we're going to talk about later too. So but yeah, and evidently Emily, where she did her video before, we have an image to insert, and we'll do that at the end. Maybe you should link your video too, Emily, to this. That'd be cool. You could link it to the bottom. Evidently I've seen the entity, and I don't even remember that. I had to actually go back before this and look.
Mm-hmm. It's weird too, because I know I made a video or two about it, but I don't remember it at all. And I had to go back and rewatch. And I was like, I don't remember any of this. But I do remember getting attacked while covering it, and getting attacked multiple times again, covering it, doing this video.
Yeah, which we'll probably talk about after the next clip or two anyways. So getting ready to get interesting.
Oh, I forgot.
Jester! Wait, is this still recording?
Wait, what?
That camera was off. Let's see when it last stopped. It filmed for a while and then it just stopped.
Weird.
We'll have to review that. That's wild.
I think that we should split up, guys. I think we should all take a room. There's 3 bedrooms up here. I don't see why not.
Okay. Alright. How are we gonna decide who's getting which room?
Roll the dice, baby.
Oh, yay. Oh, yay. They say that's Sallie's room, and they say this one back here was the doctor's room. And this room, I don't know too much about it, but I know there's something that doesn't like you entering it, because it feels like you're not able to enter. It's like someone's blocking you. That's what a lot of people say.
Okay, well, let's start with this room. So the rules of the dice game are whoever rolls the lowest has to go into this room.
As I was talking about that energy that doesn't like people entering into the room.
Well, we're gonna let you get on with this. We're gonna go into Sally's room.
Alright, good luck.
Whoa. Oh my god, my knee. Whoa.
What's wrong?
Literally, my knee just freaking like locked. Oh no, the doctor. The doctor. Was that the fucking doctor? Did he just make me feel that? Man, yeah, I'm fucking scared. Like, that was serious pain I just felt. I don't know if when I was like, I'm in pain, the doctor was like,
Let me help you.
yeah, you may rely on it.
Sallie, can we trust this doctor? Outlook, not so good. Okay.
Done. Done with the 8-ball. We're going to get the digital recorder out. We're going to ask some questions. So I'm going to need you to go up to the device, speak very, very clearly into it, and we will be able to hear your voice, okay?
I was just going to say the bell hasn't gone off in a really long time.
Yeah, that's so weird. It's
3.
like, what does 3 even mean?
I don't know. You were saying that last night in your sleep. You told me.
We literally haven't even talked about that, and I feel like we need to tell people, we need to catch them up on that. So basically, this is our second night on our Kansas trip, and the first night we were here, I was sleep talking, and it woke Mandy up, and I was saying, I see, oh, okay, I see. And we thought, well, maybe that's got something to do with the Garnet house. Then I also had this vision of the chalk and the doll and all that stuff. If you watch that episode, you know what we're talking about.
And last night I woke up to Jade talking to somebody. She kept saying the house, yes, I see, like having a conversation. And then she kept saying 3. So the fact that the bell's dinging 3 times, I don't know if there's a connection there.
I don't know, there's also 3 of us.
There is.
No, because we weren't planning on bringing Austin here tonight.
Yeah, I was thinking when she said 3, the first thing that popped in my head was there's 3 of them. Did you write the number 3? I can't see it.
There's 3 multiple entities. 3.
I was thinking that too. Like that was my next thing I was gonna add.
I can agree with that. And they're upstairs. I think there's more than 3 in the house. And mainly they've been brought in from paranormal investigation.
Mm-hmm.
But upstairs there's 3. But there's more, I think, that can come and go.
There's a portal.
Yep. I wrote that too.
Basement.
Yeah.
But there's another one upstairs though. I'm thinking in the doctor's room.
I picked Sally's room for the portal because that's where I got it. That's where I got the hit on it. It could be another one in the doctor's room. You might. I mean, I'm not saying you're wrong at all because it's
a
just
floor one.
Yeah. Sally's room. There's one in the middle of the floor, and the reason that it's there is because the paranormal investigation.
Mm.
That's what I picked up personally. I didn't because the doctor's room clips coming up. So just focusing on Sally's room, I put so much emphasis on the Sally's room. There is a portal in the center of the floor from spirit communication. And then I started seeing sexual images that are basically just weird. It's not, I mean, I wouldn't be having thoughts like that right now. So I know it's not my own. They're perversions from the entity that's there.
Yep. Can we talk about the dreams now? Because that kind of pertains to some of the dreams I had the last week.
And myself as well.
Yeah. So let's see. I guess I'm going to start backwards, starting with today, or last night, technically. So the dream starts off with me watching TV, and I'm literally sitting on the floor watching TV, and I'm watching like this gory satanic ritual scene of people cutting up bodies. And for whatever reason, I then start cutting my leg at the back of the knee, like behind my knee where that tendon is, on both legs, and I cut it so deep that the blood just keeps pouring out.
Mm.
I don't feel it. I see it, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm bleeding everywhere. And it's just weird because I don't typically have those kinds of dreams. And
Right.
the day before that, though, I had some weird dreams of being, what do you call it? Chased, and then jumping through portals to get away from the entity, trying to pretend to be somebody that I know, and then some SA and
That makes sense while I was having sexual flashes.
Yep. and then having dreams and sleep paralysis. I had sleep paralysis this entire week, and now my ear is ringing. That is so weird. I probably had sleep paralysis 3 days in a row.
Mm.
Yesterday night, and then 2 days after that too. And I would wake myself up and then put myself back to sleep, and then it would continue. And it was the same thing. I was at my aunt's house and I was trying to get up, and it felt like I couldn't move and I was about to pass out, and then I did pass out. It's weird about like passing out in dreams or astral experiences, but I would pass out and then I would have blurry vision and like be like, I can't move, and then I would wake myself up and I wouldn't be able to move. And I honestly think that has to do with some kind of anesthetic or anesthesia or something that kind of paralyzes the muscles.
Yeah. So was it an experience or sleep paralysis is the question. Because it
Both.
both.
I had
Okay.
both. Because I would, it's an experience because when I would go back to sleep, it would continue right where it
Yeah.
picked up, right where it left off every single time. And it
Right.
felt like I was there for hours, probably like 8 hours. It felt like I was there.
Yeah, and I think she said it in this clip, and then we're going to see it a little later, but you're talking about your knee. Now, I literally just got done with these clips like an hour before we sat down to record. It took me 3 hours, excuse me, but it took me 3 hours to get them together. So I don't think Emily checked, or if she did, she just like looked in the folder because she brings them up. But it said in this clip, that she said, ow, my knee. In one of these clips, she said that,
She
by the
did.
way.
She did.
Yeah. So that could be validating as to what it was. And it could be that you're picking up on a spirit that's there, or an energy rather that's there from the doctor's office.
Yeah.
Something was wrong. So I'm seeing like a machete or a knife. I just heard it. Cling, like hitting bone.
It was not a normal knife.
Was it long and big?
Yeah, it was
And
long.
yeah, it looks kind of long with a little pointy tip. That's just what I saw and heard. All I see it slinging, and I can hear it like it
Yeah.
makes the sound. I really can't mimic, but that's interesting. Um, yeah, there's something in the Sally's room in the closet too. There is an entity that kind of peeks around.
Yeah.
It looks, first impression I got was female, but
I
it
don't
doesn't seem like it's male or female.
I was gonna say it doesn't have a gender.
Yeah, it doesn't. It's like switching back and forth in my mind. So, yeah, Jade girl, if you happen to see this, you're not alone because, last episode, so about a week ago, well, a couple weeks ago, no, we did it last week. The Bobby Mackeys, we've done 2 back-to-backs, and I thought this was for Bobby Mackeys possibly, but now I'm wondering. I had a dream that there was 3 women, matter of factly, and they looked like nurses. And I went in for whatever reason. And I mean, I've had the most dreams the last few nights or since this too. I don't have as many dreams as Emily has. Sometimes I don't remember. Sometimes I just sleep so hard from working and stuff like that I knock out. But I think the solar flares, because as we're filming this, we're right in the middle of some of the strongest solar flares we've had, because last night I got to see the northern lights where I live. So that's wild in itself. So it's going to bump up the energy, and people that aren't spiritually grounded, this can really affect. I'm just side note. And just in general, even if you are, it can really affect you. So self-care, please, guys, because this is going to come out a couple days later after all this, and they're still going to be hitting Earth. Back on track though, about a week ago, there was 3 nurses. I was in an OR room. It had those green walls, like the green tiles, and I was laying on my stomach. And I didn't even correlate all of this until we both didn't really till today. because we've both just been doing two separate things. And, intuitive impressions, they come in, they're subtle, and you have to it's like putting puzzle pieces together. That's why it takes practice to do this type of work. Anybody can be intuitive, but without discernment and learning your psychic symbols is super hard, right? It can be sometimes if it's not just right in your face. So I'm laying there on the table, and for whatever reason, they had to cut my stomach open, and they did. And as they were getting ready to, I'm like, don't I need any numbing? I literally say that in my dream, and they're like, no, you'll be fine. So I could feel them cutting across my stomach and down to my belly button. I felt it, but it wasn't painful. But I felt like the incision, and I woke up after that, and I could still feel where I was cut for an hour after I woke up. I felt the energetic line. And I've had my friend that does Reiki, I think she's kind of sent me a boost since then, because I don't necessarily feel bad. I haven't had any type of like craziness happen. But I try to keep, everything on lock. Every night before I go to bed, I have like a ritual routine. But I will say this: I've had visitors, and I've had a couple of visitors, because we're toggling between. We just did Bobby Mackey's, and which again, there'll be one more episode of Bobby Mackey's coming out with some more information about Carl Lawson and everything when I go in June. So y'all got that to look forward to. It'll be on location at Bobby Mackey's, and then which we explained all the details in the last video. So go check it out. But yeah, so we both had surgical dreams, and now that we're looking into this, it just makes me wonder.
Yeah. And I haven't had a single attack for months, where with like sleep paralysis, and it was all week. Like it was pretty bad.
I think I sent you the message on Monday or Tuesday, maybe Tuesday or Wednesday of this week, saying, hey, we should do Sallie House. These two chicks are really cool. And, I've watched a couple of their videos and enjoyed the content. And it's almost like as soon as you agreed, it started. And then mine happened just prior. It hasn't, I don't know, I'd have to look, but it hasn't been that many days. It's been less than a week since I had my dream. And then I've had dreams, like just random weird dreams. And I wrote some of them down, but I've wrote them under my Bobby Mackey's document, because I thought they tied into there. But now that I think about it, no, I think it's here.
All right, so they have been calling us here to the doctor's room. Jade is with me. I'm gonna be laying down on the bed and just kind of see what happens. We have different devices scattered around, spirit talker.
Oh!
Just went off. Don't hurt me too bad.
Hello?
I already don't deal with the doctor well at Garnett.
I can hear the REM pod going off pretty.
Do you have any toys?
Oh my gosh, you guys.
Maybe it doesn't like the light.
What?
That light just turned on.
Oh my god. Well, that's weird.
That
Do
is
you
so
want the
weird.
lights off or on?
Right, because I was just about to turn
Yeah.
the light off. Doctor, I'm calling you forward right now because you are making us hurt. Or if you're not making us hurt, who is making us hurt? Because right now, all the fingers are pointing at you.
Do you feel sorry for... I was gonna say, do you feel sorry for basically like unaliving Sallie?
My fucking battery just died, and that just went off.
When did your battery just die?
My battery completely died, and as soon as I was changing it, the REM pod started going off.
Okay, my legs are starting to feel like someone's putting pressure on them right now.
Doctor, if you're here right now, can you tell us anything about this house? We just want to know anything. What is going on here? Should you be blamed for what's going on here?
Sure, I just saw what I saw. Half of an outline of a person peeking through the door crack. Like as if they were in the bathroom kind of I think the bathroom's like just right there.
Are you okay?
Yeah, the REM pod just fucking scared the shit out of me. It got really cold. It was almost like somebody just like passed through and then the REM pod went off.
Dude, Austin just saw like an outline of a person by the door. And I think...
The REM pod's responding to that.
I was gonna say I completely zoned out, but it was like I almost like fell asleep. That was weird.
I know that thing I saw might have ran to her room. I don't know. It just kind of like it just kind of went over.
Choose?
That's why you wanted to fall asleep. It's zapping the energy.
Yeah.
It's killing the cameras. It's tripping the REM pods and the alarms. There's a strong, like, electromagnetic, like, energy frequency going through the devices because it's so strong.
Yeah. I can agree with that. And I think the person he saw was the closet dweller.
Oh, and you know, the way I'm seeing the closet dweller, if you ever watch Scooby-Doo, like the cartoon, where it's like the swamp monster and he's got like the fake seaweeds coming off his outfit, that's what it looks like to me, but it's brown.
Right. Yeah, I think he saw it. To me, it's like in white and black. And when I've seen things like that in white and black before, they're thought forms.
Yeah, I think it is a thought form, not even a question.
Yeah, that's a cue. Because again, just because we're intuitive, we don't have to see the same things. We get the same information and it gets derived. So if you're seeing it that way, you know, you have to ask what kind of emotions were fed into this to make it happen. So could it be somebody that or an energy of somebody that passed away by drowning or a victim of some type or a cover up? Who knows? I mean, that's some ideas though. I mean, you take those impressions and you add on to them, and but you have to use that discernment and guidance from your guide. So I think if we dug a little deeper, we could probably figure it out.
Well, it's weird because it's giving like bedtime story, like the boogeyman kind of vibe. Like it was created based off of stories.
Right? Could be. Very well could be. It's very interesting. When you said that, I heard the like a music box, not necessarily a paranormal music box, but like the what you would hear in an old timey music box. And I'm seeing the ballerina
I was seeing the
twist
ballerina
around.
too.
Yeah. So that is interesting. And I think that's coming from the daughter. I don't know if they had a daughter or a son for the people that lived there in the 90s, but it's a little girl. So maybe that has something to do with the Sallie thing. But so far, there's quite a few thought forms. So, which is not surprising because these locations, when you come in and you paranormal investigate, there's all kinds of energies. Some of these people investigate all the time and they have things attached to them, coming back and forth. And attachments aren't just the attachments, things that just leech onto you are generally like bug entities or, little just energy balls and stuff like that. To form a real attachment, like with a human earthbound spirit, that's done through emotions. So keep that in mind, guys. If you're communicating with a spirit, like in your home, generally, if you're doing it that way, it's not always your God. God energy is different. Like some people can really have open dialogue with their gods, but rule of thumb is it's a different energy than communicating like through a spirit box with a spirit. They build trust, they build an emotional connection because we're human. We have those, and then they latch on whether they mean harm or not. They have to. So, and that pressure, when he had that pressure down on his knees or his legs, it was like I'm being held down, sleep paralysis. I'm being held down. They're performing an operation on me, an emergency operation. Those are the types of feelings I'm getting from that. The one thing that I did write down here is the Garnet House. The guy that's in this video, he is the son of the owner of the Garnet House, which is another beast of a place. Added that to my bucket list a couple weeks ago. But yeah, there's a lot of craziness in that house too, which we may cover. If y'all want to see us react to the Garnet House, leave us a comment in the comment section below. And if you don't know what the Garnet House is, the same Ghost Club Paranormal, they have a video of that too. So check that out for sure. But I saw the entity, the dark entity again. Not much of his face this time, but like his body. It's almost like he pretends to be, that's what he wants to be, the doctor energy, because everybody has made this doctor out to be a monster. Okay. And I'm just not getting that. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm just not getting that this doctor was a monster, and the doctor's energy essence is there from life. Um, and I just don't see the doctor being there. I really don't.
I don't see the doctor whatsoever. I see the thing pretending to be the doctor, but I don't actually see the doctor.
Yeah, I can agree with that. And I put the entity, the dark one, poses as the doctor, looks grotesque, and morphs into the dark entity. It's like black muck stuck to a doctor's suit.
Hmm.
I see like stains and black, icky, gooey stuff. And that's just, the muck, basically the dark negative energies and emotions and everything that comes along with that. I see the muck, and it's like crud, but it's not gooey, it's like dried, almost like really dried black dark blood.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
I'm seeing it like a zombie in a doctor's uniform, but the zombie skin is black. And it's just got like weird like teeth and shit, like not even properly proportionate to where they should be, if that makes sense. And it's just like jaggedy teeth, black skin, but zombie like, and like decrepit doctor uniform.
Yeah, it's icky, and that could still be even a face of that dark entity, and that dark entity still looks like something else.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing about like darker or demonic entities, they don't have one face.
Mm-mm. And my
We've
body
learned that too.
hurts. My body hurts right now, like all my joints, like my elbow, my shoulders, like from my right side and over. Like if you split my body in half, the right side and over hurts.
That's weird, because that's kind of how I was seeing like what I'm calling the closet dweller was like half black, half white.
Huh.
Yeah. You got your rose quartz near?
No, but I have Amazonite.
There you go.
I think that's Amazonite.
Yeah. It's crystal grabbing time.
Mm-hmm.
Rainbow fluorite, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty. All right. Well, Emily, unless you have anything else to add, I'm personally done with that clip.
Nope, I got nothing.
I hate you. Who do you hate?
They want you dead. No. Her.
No.
This feels really evil.
No.
Right now.
Blonde.
Dude, fuck off. No.
She's a worm.
No. I call upon Archangel Michael. I call upon my protectors. I call upon Jesus Christ. I may communicate with the dark, but I work in the fucking light. I am protected.
House.
That's what she said last night. I am here to talk to the spirits.
To the left. Hey.
Hello? This is where Mandy got touched. Are you still here? You.
Come here.
No.
Come here?
Dude, I feel like I just got like hit in the face. In the name of Archangel Michael. In the name of Jesus. In the name of Archangel Michael, in the name of Jesus, I command you to take a step back. I command you to take a step back.
Shout. Conditions.
Identify yourself. Who are you?
Girl.
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 No.
No.
Possessed.
No. There's no possessions here.
Her back.
We are here to communicate with Sallie, with the doctor, with the spirits of this house. We do not communicate with that of darkness and that of non-human. Back the fuck off, Jade. That's a heart. It's like the half of a heart.
It is?
Yeah.
Is she good?
Yeah. Jade.
Oh my god.
Just stay there. Stay there.
My heart.
You're okay.
Feel my fucking heart.
Take a breath. Take a breath.
Auntie, I need to go to the hospital.
No. Hey, take a breath. Take a breath. Take a breath. Take a breath. In through your nose. Out through your mouth. You're fine. In through your nose. Out through your mouth. You're good. Jade, look at me. It's okay. It's not real. It's not real. It's mimicking right now, okay? You're safe. You're protected. You're okay. I call upon Granddad and Nana. Please help remove this energy. Please help remove this energy. Can you take the camera? Can you take the camera? You need to do work. You're okay, Jade. Exit. Exit. Exit.
My heart rate's gone down.
Yeah, let it pass. Hold on. It's not going yet. It's exiting. It's exiting. Snap both of your fingers. Okay.
Yeah, when the girl with the, I don't know who's who, but the girl with the doing the Jade.
The one intuitive, they're both intuitive. It's Jade and the other girl's name slipped my mind.
Mandy?
I apologize. Yes. So Jade was doing the Estes.
Okay, yeah, I could see, like, I don't know. I think it was when she said shout. That's when I kind of saw it. I guess what you would call jumping.
I saw arms come through the wall and grab her chest.
Ugh. Yeah.
And it was getting the thing is it was doing that to get at Mandy. It did all that to Jade, in my personal opinion, to get at Mandy. And that the heart racing and stuff, that's a spiritual attack.
Yeah.
And you'll have to go watch their video to get like the after part of that. Again, we encourage you guys to go check it out in the description box down below. But that's jumping. It's not possession. Possession's the scary word. That's called being jumped and being spiritually attacked at the same time. So
Yeah.
two different things merged together. Because you can be spiritually attacked and be in your right mind. It's obvious that Jade kind of was out of it. You could be spiritually attacked and fully intact mentally. She was jumped and spiritually attacked. And I think it was to get at Mandy, because it was targeting her. If you listen,
it was talking to her through Jade.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I agree with that. And the creepy crawly thing.
Yeah.
Creepy crawly. I literally, and this isn't like from the clips, it's just now I saw it. I did see it in the video. It's on the floor like this, creeping around the door, like watching.
Yeah. The thing crawling on the floor, I see her head's like the bent neck lady from The Haunting of Hill House. And she's got like a what the hell is that bug called? I can't, like a cockroach body.
Sounds very interesting. I wonder if it's Ikatomi.
I don't know, but she creeped me out. Honestly though, the thing that's jumping Jade freaks me out more. I don't care about the skittery thing, like step on that.
Yeah, the skittery thing is watching this all go down. Yeah. So I don't think it was what happened, but it was like arms come through the wall, grabbed her around the chest, and it was like this ball of, I wrote this down, a ball of energy shot right into her.
Huh.
Like she was hit and then she was gone.
Yeah.
And yeah, guys, again, to get to fill in for like the rest of what happened. I know we're kind of leaving you on a cliffhanger here, but again, we want to support the content of other people too. Go check it out.
Ew. I don't like it. I don't like it. That's one thing, like, I don't know. I don't even think we would even need to do the Estes method because we can just like communicate. Though I wouldn't communicate to it. I wouldn't give it the chance.
Yeah, I want to do the Estes method, whether it's me or somebody else. That
Yeah.
will be in some of my, and because you get some of the best stuff that way, honestly. And I mean, I wouldn't need to, but what would be cool is if you had a medium on one side and somebody else on the other going back and forth.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, yeah. Two mediums, one medium under and one medium communicating.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Emily, I guess we'll go ahead and roll the very last outro clip, and we're going to come back with our conclusion about what's lurking in the Sallie house.
Goodbye.
Peace.
This woke me up from a dead sleep.
Do you know what that was?
Something fell over, like, dude. I can't. That has no reason to fall over. Were you not sleeping?
No, I like was just laying here because I was like, I've been really on edge. Really on edge. I just don't. I don't know. I just think tonight was a lot, and
Yeah.
Were they sleeping in the Sallie house?
I don't think so. I mean, it didn't say, I don't think so, because at the beginning of the video, they wasn't even expecting to go to the Sallie house, but they ended up there because they're doing a Kansas trip, kind of like I'm planning to do hopefully in 2025 or early 2026 to go out here. Like that's my manifestation goals.
Mm-hmm. Interesting. Because I'm seeing like the outline of a man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just put that in there. I mean, it is possible the type of energy, it's obvious the type of energy when you go to these places, it can, even if it's just a piece of that energy, energy's energy. Our aura, even it's made up of us, right? And you think about how can we remote view and cause actions in other places in the world. And I know this might be a little much for some people, and I get that, but please have an open mind and take what resonates and leave the rest when I say this. But if we can cause things to happen in the astral realm and we kind of break off from our body or we astral travel, then this is possible too for darker energy.
And the aura around, so I was seeing a man, like a shadow man, but the aura around it was brown.
Right. Yep. That's the earthbound spirit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And she says her grandfather kind of comes in and helps guide her. But it did say earlier in that video, grandfather gone or something like that they got. And it just makes you wonder if he got booted out. But overall, I mean, that's all the clips that we have. Emily, do you want to kind of wrap up your thoughts and give us a little bit of a conclusion?
The fact that it can have the ability to possess, it could definitely jump. We just saw that. But I feel like it does have the ability to possess a person. I feel like the dark thing came from the basement. There's a lot of residual, there's a lot of thought formy stuff there. I don't know. In my original video, I said it was demonic. I think I'm gonna still stand by that. At least it's got a demonic frequency, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
There is definitely there's earthy there. I wouldn't be surprised if there's two, but I know that woman is definitely one of them. But like you said, I don't see the doctor. I see something pretending to be a doctor, but it's not the doctor.
Agree.
Hmm.
Yeah, and the capabilities of this entity is long range, and it makes things very personable. And in even other videos, I've seen this happen, and you kind of can tell by our dreams, right? Demonic entities will talk to you in your head. Like for me, this is how I know. It'll be different for everybody. They will communicate with me like words. I can hear them. You can sense them. They can do things like Emily was explaining. And, you know, it doesn't always have to be all fire and brimstone to be a demonic entity. Um, I think it has something to do with the family from the 1990s because there was something attached to that man, in my personal opinion. And guys, there is a video that I found. And if y'all want us to kind of react to that or go into that, we can, because I gave Emily that option as like a retro video, kind of like we did with the Carl Lawson case. So if you want to see that is maybe our next video or whatever, again, leave your thoughts in the comments below. But conclusion for me, it is dark, definitely dark. We could say demonic, yes. It gets very personable. It'll have a conversation with you. Like it has intentions, and I would like to investigate further, and hopefully one day I will enter the door of Sallie House.
Yeah. I mean, based off the attacks I had for a week and the bouts of sleep paralysis, I'm gonna say, and guys, having sleep paralysis by itself doesn't make something demonic, but for me to not be able to call in my guides for help, it blocked. Like, it seriously blocked. I was unable to get my guides in through. So for me, that tells me it's something really powerful.
Yeah,
I did forget to say that too.
yeah. Something not to be messed with. So if you find yourself walking through the doors of the Sallie House, highly recommend going there, full light blazing and ready to rumble. Definitely darkness, but
And when you're done, don't forget to cleanse yourself, please,
yeah,
and your equipment.
yeah, in any paranormal situation, because you can
Yeah.
pick up just energy in general.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Emily, do you have anything else you want to add?
Nope or doodles.
All right, guys. So that wraps up this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And until next time, peace out.
Peace out.
Hey, if you have a haunted story you want to share, you can email us at lightsatmidnightpodcast@gmail.com. Get in touch with us there. We'd love to hear from you. We really appreciate y'all hanging around and checking it out. And yeah, thank you so much. We are super excited to bring you some super awesome content. We really appreciate you guys checking us out.
Thank you to all that took the time to listen to this week's episode. Your support means the world to us. And remember, all of us have the ability to shine brightly and shed positivity even in the darkest of places. Stay safe, stay well, and light it up!